What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. So, some things never change, and I want to make a quick video to just get these points out and move on. You know, before I took my little hiatus, I was actually bored of making videos about Tyson Fury. I come back, I start making more videos, and Tyson Fury still doing the same things. Now, I want you guys to understand the shift and the boxing audience. We might as well stop saying casuals, because these people are who they are and they don't respect boxing. They crave a spectacle, reputation, but not understanding its proper place and not understanding how each fighter stay in your lane. You're Jake Paul, you belong with the Misfits. You're KSI. You guys are not Canelo level. You're not Anthony Joshua level. No, you're not. You're not Alexander Usyk level. You're not Jamel or Jamal Charlo level. Okay? Let me say, when Floyd Mayweather fought Andre Berto, his record went to 49-0 and he retired. He knew what him and Conor had planned. He wasn't going to blow that bag. Now, people can criticize and run their mouth about anybody, any situation. It doesn't change what's going to happen, okay? But that man retired, came back. He was no longer champion. He just wanted the 50-0, $300 million fight. And that's what he did, okay? Well, you see the difference with Tyson Fury? Is Tyson Fury is still active in the current WBC world title holder. Okay? I'm not going to call him a champion. He's a title holder. Okay? And he basically has had no mandatories the entire time that he's had this title. He clearly has Mauricio Sulaiman in his back pocket. Mauricio Sulaiman went on record to make a video, and he actually called Tyson Fury a victim. He said he feels bad for Tyson Fury because he's a victim of the system, that nobody wants to fight him. These guys are backing out of the fights. So he's clearly blaming Usyk and Anthony Joshua for the fights not happening. Meanwhile, Tyson Fury's still over here entertaining Francois Inganu, and this is all Frank Warren is talking about. This is massive. This is huge. This is well, they're saying, I'm hearing different. I'm hearing that he's going to make $20 million to fight Inganu. I heard $45 million to fight Inganu. I heard $60 million to fight Inganu. Well, the funny thing is, the highest number out of that was 60, and I'm here, and someone actually said the same thing. I don't know what the numbers are, but let's just say for each number that I just said, you are willing to fight Francois Inganu for that same amount of money that you make fighting against Usyk. Why? Because it's an easy fight. And you mean to tell me that you boxing fans, you so-called boxing purists, you think that Usyk doesn't have a chance to beat Tyson Fury, as skilled as he is, but you think Ngannou does because he has a hard punch? Are you serious? And you're entertaining this? I believe there's a lot of Tyson Fury fans that if Tyson Fury said ahead of time, I'm not coming to fight, I'm going to go into the ring and I'm going to pass gas 3 times back to back in the first round. I'm going to climb out the ring, sing a song, and leave. They'd go, okay, Fury, whatever you want. It's okay. I don't have to watch, and that's for sure. But this is the mindset of the fans watching. And for the people who don't know Tyson Fury, that will sit here like these misfit fans, and instead of getting to witness Tyson Fury versus a AJ or Usyk, now you get Tyson Fury versus Francois Inganu. And the reality is, ever since he parted ways with the UFC, nobody's talking about Francois Inganu outside of the people talking about him versus Fury. And that's only when a video comes out. But just in general, no, Frank Warren wants you to think that this fight had the same hype as, Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather. It's nowhere close. Okay, and even if it was 60 million, well, Conor made 100 million. Floyd made 300. So it's not even close. Regardless, Tyson Fury has shown everyone. I don't care about you guys as my so-called fans, my supporters that are the reason I have a career. I'm all about this money. Now, I'm never going to tell a person not to go get their bread. But what I'm saying to you, you guys are witnessing. You see, look, the shift has already happened. And it's just continuing to shift. And it's spiraling out of control. I mean, now, look, Terrence Crawford's a fighter. Charlo's a fighter. Canelo's a fighter. For clickbait reasons, okay, to get likes and subscribers, people are making these stories. But to hear that one day Crawford has no interest in fighting against Canelo, man, I got to jump up 2 weight classes for what? I got nothing to prove. I'm undisputed in two different weight classes. He's undisputed in 2 different weight classes or whatever. Okay, cool. I mean, in one other weight class, but champion in multiple weight classes. So, there's a lot of title reigns there and all that. But no, just for the very next day, Terrence Crawford says, send the contract. I'm going to 168. I want the winner of Charlo Canelo. So you never know what's what. But really, when I look at all of these stories, this is all you get is speculation, stories, and lies. And then one day you'll hear Terrence Crawford talking. Nah, I never said that. And this is what I'm so used to hearing and it's like so tired of. But at the end of the day, y'all, when you support nonsense, you really don't have any right to complain when you finally get tired of the nonsense. You just, you know what? Hey, it is what it is and walk away. Because truthfully, for a man to have 0 mandatories, he's been holding that belt like 2 years now and has not had one freaking mandatory. Not one. Why do you think Usyk is fighting Dubois? It's just mandatory. And Fury did everything in his power to not make that fight happen. Okay. Well, again, if they're going to pay you $45 million to fight Usyk and $45 million to fight Inganu, yeah, why not take the easy route, right? Fight Inganu. That's what he might as well say, because that's what he's trying to do. Do you really think Ngannou's going to get past that jab? Do you really think he has the head movement, the foot movement, the IQ, the boxing knowledge to even know what he's doing to get in there against Tyson Fury? See, you guys that sit and support this nonsense, you guys are accepting the nonsense that's going on. You're becoming a part of this generation's mindset. So it doesn't make a difference with you guys calling them casuals. This is why I said you might as well stop using the term casuals. You guys all think the same. There's no reason, okay, that the WBC world title holder should be in the ring. He's an active fighter, not retired, doing exhibitions, ducking and dodging the elite heavyweights just so he can simply go and get easy money. And can you guarantee after he beats Ngannou that, now he's going to fight against Usyk? No. And maybe he's like, Usyk is a little older than me. He's 37, 38? I'll give him another year. Let Father Time kick his ass. Right? Because more than likely Father Time is going to get him before he gets me. Possibly. But he doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to fight Usyk. And despite people talking trash about Anthony Joshua, he doesn't want to fight Anthony Joshua. And he doesn't want to fight him either. And this is something that hasn't changed. So me coming back here, just listening to this guy talking, watching, and Frank Warren is pushing this fight. If Frank Warren being a promoter is talking about it, then it must be a done deal. And he's known it. I told you guys before I took my hiatus, he knows already that that's the direction he wanted to go. That's why this guy wanted to fight Manuel Charr and Derek Chisora. And so I like that. Okay, yeah. Well, Usyk calls you out. Joe Joyce calls you out. You make excuses to not fight them. Then you make ridiculous demands. Some things just never change. Francis Ngannou has no business even giving Tyson Fury a tough fight. This should be a first round knockout. In all honesty. Reality is this. I don't really care what happens. I really don't care. I'm just not interested in these two fighting. It's one thing even for a fighter to take a lesser fight to avoid that banana peel fight, right? And but they're gonna deliver and make it happen. I'm not a fan of it, but I understand it. And I do, especially when like a huge bag. I'm not gonna sit here and act stupid. Like, no, I'm not gonna sit here and expect anybody to turn on a giant bag, because they worry about what somebody's gonna say. But it's completely a different thing when you just simply avoid fighters. And now you want to chalk your way up into what's the easiest money I can make out there. And Francis Ngannou just happened to be available, and able to take this fight. I have no interest in it. I truly have no interest in it. This should not be happening with the current WBC world title holder. It just shouldn't. You're in here fighting a guy that's not even a boxer. And this is going on your record. Okay, while you're still champion. You can't say shit about Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor because, like I said, Floyd was retired and came back and fought Conor. So Roy Jones and all these haters talking about, oh man, but your 50th win, you fought a guy's not even a boxer. So Roy, I want to see if you're gonna have the same type of energy with these two. I want to see if you're gonna have the same type of, oh nah man, but Tyson Fury should be in there fighting Usyk. He shouldn't be fighting no damn Francis Ngannou. This guy's not even a fighter. I want to see if you're going to say the same thing to a current title holder and a fighter that you consider the best heavyweight in boxing. You consider him that. Floyd wasn't holding a title at this point when he fought Conor. Big difference. It's a big difference. And I know why it burns you up so much, but at the same time, it's one of these things. When you accept something that's tainting the sport, but try to make a positive out of it because money's involved, y'all nothing but a bunch of gold diggers, man. You're nothing but a bunch of gold diggers. Same way how all these women marrying just for money, love had nothing to do with it. They just all about what you get. Y'all the same way. Y'all a bunch of gold diggers. A bunch of gold digging hoes. Wherever the bag is, that's where I'm going. But I'm going to run my mouth and claim to be the greatest fighter of all time. Yet, y'all the same ones that was bashing Floyd, talking about, oh man, all Floyd cared about was the bag. Like Floyd didn't put the work in first. Oh, he put the work in or he wouldn't be able to get those big bags. And you want to know how you have even further evidence that he put the work in? Because at 45, 46 years old, he's still making them $20 million fights. Retired, doing exhibitions. He's still making these big checks. Huh? And not to throw in nobody's face, what you think Roy got to fight that last fight he had that he lost? Against an MMA guy who wasn't a boxer either. How much you think? You think he got close to $20 million? 20-something million? 30? You do think he got close to that? Stop it. So, yeah, just saying, man, it's just so backwards the way things are happening in boxing, just in this world, period. Problem is the immaturity, the lack of respect, integrity, no dignity, no pride. We just do whatever as long as money's involved. And truthfully, y'all, certain fighters I just want to see get knocked out simply because they're not who they say they are. And they try to take an easy route. And it gets to the point where you're like, you know what? This person needs to get stretched. And trust me, for Daniel Dubois and Usyk, regardless to what happens in that fight, okay? Regardless to what happens, I at least respect Usyk for fighting his mandatory, not letting the belt go. Chasing some pipe dream with Tyson Fury. Fury never had interest in that fight. And the more time goes by, the more things come up, the more conversation, the more evidence that this thing's happening. If y'all haven't opened your eyes by now to see, Fury never wanted to fight Usyk. What fighter makes an offer? The fighter takes it and he goes, you're not a smart businessman. I gave you a bullshit offer and you took it. You're not. He's admitting it. I did not think you was going to take this bullshit. Usyk didn't back out. Usyk said, fuck that and fuck you. I am not taking that bullshit. I'm not your little hoe. Now, I remember making the video and saying, once he moved the goalposts again, he's going to move it one time too many, and Usyk is going to walk. Isn't that what happened? And you know what they're going to do? They're going to blame Usyk. Well, he's the one that walked away. Okay, Tyson Fury walks away from AJ and says, I'm so disappointed that I didn't get the AJ fight. What do you mean? You're the one walked away. You couldn't be too disappointed. No, he wants easy money. Simple. Because he's a fat, lazy fuck that have minions out here that want to see that y'all sitting here blowing his horn with all of this. He's the greatest fighter right now. He's the greatest heavyweight. He's one of the all-time greats. He's this. Yeah. He's an all-time great liar. He's an all-time great ducker. And I don't give a shit about his ability. I don't respect what he's doing. Simple. And one thing y'all motherfuckers better remember, because this is on video. Tyson Fury said his hardest fight to date was against who? Steve Cunningham, who was 208 pounds. And this is when Fury was a lot faster, more swift. Fury don't punch any harder now than he did then. The difference is he's sitting down his punches now. And the reason is because he can't move like he used to. So he's adapted to a different style, which is great. Okay, which is great. But that's why. Cunningham is not better than Usyk. Yeah. He's not better than Usyk. And the only thing that Fury did was beefed up with a bunch of weight. And if y'all think that those tactics that he fought Wilder with is going to work on Usyk, let's see. Because one thing you got to remember, Fury's not a brawler. He's a boxer. He's a boxer. It's just the fact that Wilder can't box for shit. That's all. He doesn't know how to fucking fight. He just knows how to punch with his right hand. Okay, he's very limited. But what works for him, works for him. And it fell short when he needed it the most. And that's what happens when you're a one-dimensional fighter. That being said, if you would prefer to see Inganu over Usyk, fighting Tyson Fury, if you think Inganu has a better chance of beating Fury than Usyk because you think Inganu has this powerful punch, you're no boxing fan and you really don't know shit about boxing. And anytime it's just a puncher's chance, when you hear that phrase, he has a puncher's chance, it's because there's no way in fuck that guy has any reason to be winning against this guy. And that's all you have is a puncher's chance. Whether you swing that punch with your eyes closed or open, that's what it's going to come down to for you to win. They're telling you there's no way you can beat this guy. Other than that, you're not good enough to fight this guy and win. That's what they're telling you. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.